Hi guys, it's Katie Miller. I'm doing a Q&A today. I feel like I get so many questions on Instagram, Facebook, email, whatnot. I decided to compile some of the top questions I get and kind of go through my answers in depth so I can give you more than just like a sentence answer on Instagram. So starting with the first one, this is probably the most the most often I get a question throughout since 2011, since I started competing, and that is, should I do high intensity interval training, also known as HIIT, or steady state? So let me break down the differences. HIIT is usually, let's say it could be 5 minutes if you're doing kind of like a Tabata workout, 5 minutes to up to 30 minutes. I don't recommend doing 30 minutes HIIT. So it could be 5 to 30 minutes long, and it's high intensity. That's not moderate intensity, that's high intensity. That's a lot of people confuse those. And then steady state is usually done, I mean, it can be done less than a half hour, but after a half hour, that's when your body starts burning fat, and instead of, the carbs that you have consumed. So it's usually done for 30 minutes or more. I would say the average time it is done is 45 minutes to an hour. When I do it, it's 50 minutes. So which one's better? That completely depends on the person. What are your goals? How close are you to your event that you're trying to cut for? Do you have joint issues? Do you have a heart problem? What are your limitations with workouts, etc.? So I'm going to go through the pros and cons of both. So the pros of HIIT is it's short. Your body doesn't adapt to it, you don't need equipment, and it's fun. It keeps your body, guessing, and you're always occupied because you're working high intensity. And that's the point of it, is it's utilizing, the highest amount of energy in the shortest amount of time. The cons of it is it can be harsh on your joints. They say that you do have to recover from it, like a weight training workout. So it is very harsh on your system, but it is very efficient. So let's move on to steady state. Steady state, the pros to this is it's not harsh on your joints. Anyone can really do it. Let's see. I'm a huge advocate for HIIT, as you can see. And then the cons are your body will adapt to it faster. It does take longer. So if you're doing primarily steady state, you're gonna be in the gym longer. So really you gotta pick and choose, the pros and cons of both and kind of weigh out, what are your goals. So a lot of my clients are on a combination of HIIT and steady state. I would say the majority of my clients who are looking for fat loss are doing HIIT as long as they don't have any joint issues. When we get so say they're doing a show and they get closer to their show, we do switch off to, primarily steady state, because we want to keep all those calories that they're consuming when they're a little bit lower, maintain that energy. And also they don't need to cut fat really anymore toward the end if they followed a good prep. But I do have some people I start with steady state, and those people are usually people who are new to working out completely. So if I just assigned HIIT right away to someone who's completely new to working out, it's going to be super daunting. So I usually, convert them to HIIT as they get more comfortable with working out. So next question is, how much cardio should I do? Or how many calories should I eat? I'm going to give you the answer you do not want to hear right now. And that is, it should be dependent per person. And I am not even trying, I feel like people think I'm trying to make money off them as a coach by saying that. That is not the truth. Everyone has so many different factors, your age, your gender, what you're currently eating, what body type you are, everything. So your height, I could keep going. So it really should be dependent on you. So what I was eating for previous preps, I'm not eating for this prep. And what I was eating for like my first prep, I didn't eat for my second prep. It changes all the time. So you really got to look at several factors and then go from there. And then also you want to take into account your goals. So if your goals are to maintain, you probably wouldn't do that much cardio if you're currently not doing cardio. If your goals are to lose fat, and you're doing, let's say, 2 days a week cardio, maybe you could add an extra day. If your goal is to put on weight, maybe to do just like 5 or 10 minutes a HIIT to keep things tight but not lose that muscle, then you could do that. But it's very dependent per person. So my favorite protein powder. I wanted to go over this because as you know, I'm a Nitrotech ambassador and they have so much protein and it can be super confusing when I just say I like Nitrotech Protein, which I do. I would not promote these products if I didn't love them. So I have 2 of my favorite protein powders right here. And this is Nitrotech. So my 2 favorite flavors though are cinnamon swirl and vanilla birthday cake. I probably held them up at naming the wrong one, but this is, yeah, birthday cake, vanilla birthday cake, and cinnamon swirl. I personally don't do protein shakes. I do all whole foods, but I do make protein pancakes and protein waffles, and these are like the consistency that Nitrotech makes, and then the flavor on top of it for protein waffles and protein pancakes is just, it's phenomenal. So I highly recommend that. And let me just kind of go over. So 1 scoop is 160 calories, 2.5 grams of fat, 4 grams of carbs, and then 30 grams of protein. So it's a pretty good, like low carb, low fat, high protein option. Okay. Another question I get from competitors is how to deal with post-show weight gain. I think this is something that, a lot of people experience after their first show specifically, including me. I wouldn't say I experienced it until my 3rd show or my 2nd show, because I don't know, I was just like really skinny my first show and I didn't really gain weight easily. And then I started taking birth control, started getting a little older. Not saying that like, I'm super old, but I started, I wasn't 19 years old anymore. And it was just, after that, it was easier for me to gain weight. After my 2nd show, I didn't really think about what I was doing. I didn't know what reverse dieting was. And I kind of just ate whatever I wanted after my first show. And I gained like probably 15 pounds in like a week and a half. And that was scary to me. And I had no idea like how to eat outside of contest prep besides like just eating how I used to. So the best thing I ever did though was between all my back-to-back shows over the past 6 years was take a year off. I've actually taken 2 years off. 1 to graduate and then 2 to focus on getting married and life in general without the stresses of, I would like to put all my eggs in one basket and really, nail that one goal. So I took a year off, and that really taught me how to eat outside of competing, how to live with balance. I started tracking macros, and that was life-changing for me, because if I wanted a piece of cheese during the off season with one of my meals, I could have a piece of cheese and not feel guilty and feel like it's all or nothing, and just from there. So I highly recommend taking some time off, having a set reverse diet or some sort of plan before your show day for after the show. Definitely learn to love yourself throughout that time off. Realize that, you know, competition stage weight is not healthy, and find that balance between where you're comfortable, not stage weight, versus where you're not comfortable. So you want to, you know, this is the stage weight, this is where you're, you know, not comfortable, and then right here you need to find that balance. And if you need to do cardio during the off season, do it. Like, a lot of people say no cardio during the off season. Like, again, everyone's different, but that's something I did, and I kept to my routine to keep a lean, balanced physique during the off season. All right, another question that I get from time to time is, why do I not train chest? I can't speak. Okay, so I do not train chest because I don't like the shape it gives me. Obviously, I got implants a few years ago, and one thing, everyone say hi to Belly. One thing my doctor told me was, do not train chest. With implants under the muscle, it's just gonna look so bad. And when I did train chest, my second show, which was the Arnold Amateur in 2012, I hated the shape it gave me. I just think it looks like when everything's getting super lean and ripped, you want to keep that area soft. You know, that's the feminine area. And with implants, it's just gonna shape it wrong. I would say I don't not train chest completely. I do incline presses from time to time, light, because that does help with shoulders. And then I used to do flies, but anytime I would do chest, it would not be super heavy at all. I don't lift it the same amount of reps as the rest of my body groups, and that's why I don't train chest. So another one I wanted to do, oh my God, Bella won't leave me alone, is go over what's in my gym bag. So I literally just grabbed my bag from the kitchen. This is what I bring. So I'm a trainer. So this is basically like my work bag / my workout bag. I bring it every day. So it's a Fitmark bag. It has tons of compartments. So first thing I have, obviously, wallet. And then, so I'm a huge, I'm obsessed with skin products. I used to have horrible acne, and my skin has completely changed night and day since then. So this is one thing. I love this brand. It's super cheap. I have to use a facial wipe anytime I sweat, or else I'll get a pimple. I'm dead serious, guys. If you feel like you're breaking out, it might be because you're not, you know, washing your face right after you sweat. So give it a try, and I swear. Actually, I didn't wipe my face right away one day, and I ended up getting a pimple the next day. So it works. And then I have 2 inhalers because I have horrible asthma. Yeah. And then Hydroxycut. Sometimes I take these during, you know, a little bit before my workout as kind of like a pre-workout. This one's specifically designed for women. I actually have like a lame video I made. I look so stupid in it a few months ago on it. So I'm still using it. So next one is bands. I do a lot of band work. Lately, I haven't been lifting weights for my legs. I'm trying to lose muscle in my legs because they just grow if I touch a weight. So band, this is the most resistance I get. And it's actually, I will tell you guys, my body weight workouts sometimes get me more sore than my weighted workouts ever did, in a different way. So this is they're by Power Systems, by the way. I'm not partnered with Power Systems. I just, you know, it's a typical place to get gym equipment, super cheap. It's like $2 or $3. This is the heaviest one. This is the second heaviest one, and then this is like the third heaviest one, and I don't usually get any lighter. I don't use the red one, I use it for clients more. Let's see, oh yeah. And then these headphones, they're like, I got them off Amazon. I was just looking for cheap wireless headphones. I don't care about sound that much, unless it's in my house, you know. I want a really cool sound bar, but you know, I'm gonna be sprinting my butt off and I won't be able to tell the difference between really good quality sound and just okay sound. So these, they're good, like $35, Amazon, wireless, and I needed something. All right, my camera overheated. I was saying I needed the headphones to go over my ears so when I run they don't fall out, and they work awesome. So highly recommend them, Senso. I'll put the info in the box below. So that wraps up my Q&A for today. So if you have any further questions, feel free to comment below, send me an email, send me a comment on Instagram, but I will talk to you guys later.